Good day, Fanele. How you doing?
Hello, Mr. Siabonga. I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing all right, man. I'm doing all right. um, yeah. For the segment of the day, I wanted to speak to you on your different interests outside of being a doctor, saving lives, or a doctor in training, I should say, before we get sued for misinformation. You know, what do you do outside of that, man?
Everything I do outside of medicine is recreational, at best. So, yeah, one of my favorite interests at the moment, a newfound love, is the love of basketball. I started playing basketball again like last year.
What made you dive into basketball?
Chance, very funny thing called chance. Was like literally, we were. What happened? Oh yeah, now I remember. So a friend of mine, Mona, you know, um, is back in Durban. He's back in Durban now. He wasn't in Durban for like 2 years. And when he came back, we went to the Westville campus in the UKZN Westville campus, and we just said, "Hey, man." So we were just chatting. Then we decided, "Hey, let's actually go look for some basketball courts and see what's happening." And we found them, and people were actually playing. So um, we joined. And before before long, we were, active members of the Westville pickup basketball community.
Damn, just like that?
Yeah, man. It's actually because it's like it's not like I said, it's recreational, so it's not like any formal basketball, nothing serious, but it's just a bunch of you know dudes who like playing.
I get what you mean when he says recreational. Just like, damn, I don't know how to describe it. Like, not many people would have committed straight after, you know? A lot of people would just be like, yeah, that's cool. And then they forget about it. Like, it's pretty cool that you went ahead, you did something, and you're like, you know what? I'm going to go back, do that again, you know?
Yeah, and also another thing that's pretty fun that I like doing um, is like music. I mean, anybody knows me, like anybody who's ever known me or had like a conversation with me for more than like 30 minutes knows that I love music. Like, there's no question about it. Sometimes I believe I love music more than I love myself. You know, it's it is literally amazing.
Now, since we're on the topic of music, I need your opinion on the Kendrick diss to J. Cole and Drake, bro.
Everybody talking about the Kendrick diss. Everybody talking about the goat finally being back in the streets. Um, I think I think it's great. Like honestly, I think obviously lyrically it's Kendrick, of course it's great. But just culturally at the moment, I think it's really great. It's a cool moment and I need Drake to come back. I need Drake to reply because Kendrick been dissing Drake for too long.
Yeah, it's been a minute, hey?
And I know Future's your boy, man. You must have been hyped when you heard that verse.
I was hyped, bro. Don't get me wrong. Like, I was like, I enjoyed that album very much. I was just shocked, dude. Like, I'm still shocked, you know? Like, flabbergasted. I was like, damn. It felt like it came out of nowhere.
It did feel like it came out of nowhere, but there was like rumors that Future didn't appreciate the fact that Drake had the Her Lost album Drake released with 21 Savage.
That is true. I heard about those rumors, but I didn't fully believe them because to me, like, it didn't fully make sense. Like, we musicians out here, you need to collaborate with other people. I didn't see the issue. Let me say that.
Not until now. I mean, I'm pretty sure now you get the issue.
I know it's an issue, but I don't fully understand why. Like what was so wrong about making that album?
Hey man, I don't need to understand why. As long as it's some good music and some great disses, I'll take it.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Yo, I was just, I was completely shocked.
Nah, it was a surprise. Like it came out of nowhere.
And then they got Abel on the album too. Oh my gosh.
I feel like this is gonna change like a lot of what the rap scene is gonna look like for a while.
Nah, definitely. Things will never be the same in my opinion.
Yeah, because you got Metro Boomin, who's like a titan producer, like you know who, and then you have Drake, who is like the biggest artist in rap for the past like 10 years, and people are gonna have to pick a side.
Yeah. I mean, Metro made that tweet saying once you pick a side, more or less stay there. And 21's famous for saying pick a side.
I wonder what he's gonna do. Actually, that's gonna be very interesting.
Yeah. It's gonna be a tough one, hey? Cause 21 works with Metro like 90% of the time, bro.
Exactly, and it's a lose lose for 21.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, it's crazy. But I also listen to a lot of African, sorry, yeah, African music, but like mostly South African music. I think South Africans make the best music ever.
Yeah. No, there's a lot of cool music out here.
Yeah, across just all genres from like house music to I've heard some really cool indie like rock South African artists to just you know our Afro pop to jazz, which I think South African jazz is superior to all forms of jazz, even all the classical stuff by Miles Davis and all those other guys. I believe South African jazz is just superior by far. You know,
I feel like the jazz community within South Africa is pretty big. Like I've seen a lot of people posting about jazz over the last 2 years or so. I personally do not partake. Like I have nothing against jazz. I'm just saying every year I'm just seeing more and more amongst my peers, I'm like just wondering how big would you say the community is for jazz?
the South African jazz community is self-sustaining. That's how big it is. I believe it's big enough to sustain itself. It does not need basically any outside push or like any huge influxes of money for marketing and all those things. It's a self-sustaining community filled by people who just love music. And so, by how big it is it? Hey man, I really am not sure, but big enough.
Nah, self-sustaining on its own. I feel like that gives an idea that like we're not playing games here.
But yeah, like lastly, I was saying, right? I was saying, because I love music, I also I make beats like and stuff in my spare time, and it's really like the most fun thing ever when you make something and you listen to it and it's like the greatest thing you've ever heard ever. Like I really could not care what anybody. That's why I don't really even care to like share with anybody outside of like my friends. But it's such um what's this word? Damn, I forgot the word for it. But it's you feel accomplished. I don't know. There's a specific word to say you feel accomplished, and I've lost it. But yeah, basically that's the whole idea. It's just you feel so accomplished.
uh, there's definitely something about being creative in your own space, like carefree, that feels great. uh, I can't necessarily relate to the music aspect of it, but I do get what you mean when I get to be creative in my own space when it comes to like programming something. Question related to the basketball topic. Now, the question that I had was, what team do you support?
Now, now, let's preface this by saying I really only started watching basketball, NBA basketball in general, when I was very old. Why? Because I'm South African and we watch football. So I am a Warriors fan. I'm a Steph fan. I'm a Steph fan, really, but since I'm a Steph fan, I have to be a Warriors fan. You know.
And what's your thoughts on the South African or the African NBA League? I don't know if it's just Africa or like just South Africa, or is it combining different parts of Africa? But what's your thoughts on the African side of the NBA?
I think they're trying. I think there's been like great investments into it, and obviously it's the results are only going to be seen really in the long term. So we'll we'll have to wait and see really. And also, given the fact that South Africans are in on average are just of a smaller stature than um, the other countries. It's going to be pretty interesting because we would have to play in a very unique way that is not like the way that it's played overseas.
I feel like it definitely does need time, as you said, but we are getting to a good place. Like, I have seen quite a few people buying tickets and going to games. So it's definitely gonna be interesting to see what this transforms into.
Yeah, not long too. I think I'd say a decade is too long. I think we'll start seeing results pretty soon. I'm sure.
And with that, I feel like we can conclude today's segment. Once again, I'd like to thank you for your time showing up on the show.
Thank you, Pete.
Same to you, brother. Same to you.